Hello and welcome back to MLB The Show 19 and the Salomon Barrios Road to the Show. I'm Tyrant Saber. Last time out, Salomon had a couple more appearances, finally knocked a couple more home runs. And granted, some of that might be because I was on All-Star difficulty, but it might also be because I was pitching against some pretty lackluster pitching, let's say. What was his name? Alex Colomé off of the Chicago White Sox, who's currently posting a 5.86 ERA. And then off the Texas Rangers, we had Zach McAllister, 4.66 ERA, and Jeffrey Springs, who frankly is a 3.66 ERA guy, but his stats don't really bear that out. So, or his overall doesn't really bear that out. So, might have been luck, might have been skill, might have been difficulty, might have been all the above. Who cares? Let's keep going. Now, this recording is coming after I finished up the Jason Parham series, so as I said there, or rather, finished up Jason's most recent season. His series will continue, of course. But in the meantime, we're going to continue out here with the Salomon series for the rest of this week so that we can continue to have videos going up every day, keep the upload schedule going, keep the entertainment going, keep the baseball season flowing. And of course, we're going to do our best to make Salomon continue his Rookie of the Year campaign right now. And yeah, just see what we can do for the Angels, who are 2.5 games back in the AL wildcard. So we're going to do what we can here. Next series, though, is up against the Houston Astros, division rival, who, frankly, probably not going to do too well against them, considering they're pretty well schooling us in the division right now. But we're going to do our best. Going to continue to boost up our personality, continue to stoke the fires with Jose Altuve and the Astros. We're going to make him let his game speak for itself. And then we're going to get out here against the Houston Astros in Minute Maid Park. Let's get it.
First open in the year 2000. We're live inside Minute Maid Park here in downtown Houston. Tonight, a compelling matchup of division contenders between the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and the Houston Astros. As October draws nearer, the race for the postseason intensifies. A pivotal game for two division rivals. Next, Collin McHugh will be on the mound for the series opener. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, this guy's had a really solid season, and what shows me that more than anything, solid 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, and if he continues to do that, he'll pitch really well in this one.
Play ball. Out. Out. 3.
Okay, Salomon coming up to lead off the top of the third. No runs, nobody on, nobody out. Let's make it happen here against Collin McHugh. Take a first pitch fastball inside for ball one.
Guys, typically the postseason comes into clearer focus around this time of year, but this division features a few teams.
And that is going to go straight into the first baseman's glove. Who is that? That is Yuli Gurriel, as I think. Okay, well, still nothing. Well, LA did get a run in, so that's great. Angels got a run in, I should say. I was gonna change it up. Specifically, I got a request to change up Salomon's gear a little bit. I don't know how I feel about the low socks look, but I might do it just for the sake of changing it up. Change up in the dirt, and he's dead. He died. So Salomon now runs out of, has nobody on to drive in. That's a shame. Fastball inside. That's a 2-1 count.
I don't blame him for not coming over the heart of the plate.
It's been a while since I've looked at Salomon's, nice little floating curveball, man. 75 miles an hour. I was reading an interesting article talking about Zach Greinke today, saying that he's thrown more pitches under, I think it was 70 miles an hour, or maybe it was 80 miles an hour, than any other pitcher in MLB this year. The only person who's close is John Ryan Murphy, who happens to be a catcher, who pitched in a couple blowouts. And that slider down got me. Have a seat and get comfortable, Salomon.
Angels held in check there. They lead it 1-0.
All right, let's try this again. 3-1 count here with 2 outs. I'm going to go ahead and use Showtime on this appearance because I don't think I'm going to be out here that much longer.
First pitch of the at-bat.
And that's going to be, I'm going to take that. That was kind of an inside pitch, and I don't know that I felt super comfortable with it. Ryan Presley on the mound. Does he have an ERA right now? Like, not one I can see from here. That's fine.
Come on, baby. See it. Drive it. Hey, you can do it. No one better. Come on.
Oh, this looks like a hanger. Well, that's not smashed out of the park, but it is lined up the middle for a base hit. So Salomon gets something out of the day. It's on base, and, well, considering that he got chewed out by his coach last time out for his lackluster, shall we say, base running skills, I think we probably ought to put the brakes on unless and until we get the steal sign from the coach. Not necessarily because I want to not steal, but just because if we defy him and continue to get thrown out, we're likely to get benched, and we don't want that. We want to play as long as we can, and really, Salomon's bat has been much more of an asset this year, and his skill at the plate this year. He's got a 105, or...
Find it.
Oh, go! Shoot!
Hit into right center.
That was a really dumb thing. I don't know what I was doing there. I mean, that probably would have been only a single base hit anyway, but I hit the wrong button, and as a result, Salomon held up on the base pass and very easily could have got thrown out. That's a 2-2 count to Jonathan VR here in the top of the 7th. Angels are leading 3-1 here, so we'll see what we can do up here.
Here now the 2-2 is
3-2 count, so we will be running, if only because even if he gets thrown out or walked, there's no, there will be no throw out.
Crowd gets up for the 3-2, and it's fouled away.
Go now. Come on now. One time.
I'm paying near enough attention there. I got my brain kind of wrapped up in Jason right now, perhaps understandably, because he just concluded an astounding season with the Diamondbacks.
And he fouls this one off. Barrios.
I have his spreadsheet linked in every Jason Parham video. Don't tend to link it in the Salomon videos because it's not really relevant there, but like he has had, some of the best numbers he's ever had in his career, some of the best numbers ever had in a baseball career. So it's really quite something to look at, and I really look forward to seeing where he goes from this year, and indeed where he goes in his postseason appearance coming up this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. So don't miss it. But indeed, Salomon gets one more shot at the plate against, I don't know who this is. Will Harris is his name. I think I've said it before, but I really don't know the American League nearly as well as I know National League.
Fouled off.
So if I am unfamiliar with or mistake players' names, don't know their backgrounds, I hope you'll forgive me for that.
0-1 count and the pitch.
I have a lot of knowledge in this stupid brain of mine, but not all of it is immediately helpful or pertinent.
Hey, come on, big dog.
In the dirt, but swung on and missed.
Salomon's going to make it on that strikeout.
Just one away still as he gets on base after
that was not ideal, but indeed Salomon makes it on the wild pitch, swinging wild pitch, and Salomon makes it to first base. Got enough wheels for that anyway.
Gurriel has got it, and the side is retired.
But Aledmus Diaz out here for the Astros' last chance in the game.
Chance for his side. 2 out here in the ninth.
And this one is likely to be out of here. But we take the win out here. Ohtani-san gets himself another win on the season. Salomon gets a base hit, so not too much, not too bad.
The Halos rode an important 6th inning to victory in this one.
Ohtani pitched for 7 innings too, which is quite nice. It's good to see that Tommy John is holding up for him.
Downtown Houston, Texas on a Saturday night in Minute Maid Park. Tonight,
or rather that replacement UCL he's got.
Between the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
And we're up against Justin Verlander. Okay, it was nice while it lasted, Salomon, so let's see what happens. In fact, we're only getting out here in the bottom of the first here. Rob Brantley at the plate.
His velocity was down. He's always had the
belted high and deep into right center.
And that one is out of here. No chance on that one. 396 feet to what I believe is the home bullpen, and gone.
Number 14 on the season, and the Astros take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, we always talk about.
And indeed, Jose Altuve now comes up.
First at bat for him in this one. He was 1 for 4
next batter up. Tyler Skaggs pitches right out to Salomon, so no problem on this one. Makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Time now for a quick look at the hometown
and I don't care too much about the Astros lineup. Thank you very much.
Digging in now, Salomon.
So Salomon's average still at a very, very respectable 293. 16 home runs on the year, which is very good for a rookie, I would imagine. Nowhere near the Cody Bellinger numbers, I reckon, but... Oh, line straight at the first baseman. How... What a shame.
Bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. Flied out in his first at-bat, so making 0 for 1 so far.
Sorry, I think I had Cody Bellinger. Said Cody Bellinger there. I, of course, meant Aaron Judge. High fly ball, right field, and not a chance.
And goodbye.
Just make a jump at the wall. Make an effort. Get on, yeah, you know, get on the late night, get on the sports shows, I guess. Not top 10.
And the Astros have taken a 3-0 lead. Well, just a little more than 2. Ready for another chance.
Okay, top of the 5th, 2 out. Verlander still out here pitching 41 pitches, going at 4 2/3. Very, very respectable numbers so far. I don't think I have a quick way within the game to look up how many strikeouts and such he's had. I can look that up, but I would have to take us into the pause menu, and I'm kind of loath to do that. I feel like it breaks the immersion a little more than I'm comfortable with, regardless of the fact that these at-bats are taking about, 30 seconds to a minute apiece, as opposed to the, probably minute, 2 minutes that each at-bat takes. It is what it is, but
Bregman is over to take a look at it, and this is going to wind up.
I don't like digging around in menus. I feel like that drags away from the immediacy of the game. If you want me to start digging into these menus for numbers and such, feel free to let me know, because I can do that. I can start looking at this stuff in more detail if you like, but... All right, line shot to left field, and that'll be a base hit for Salomon. Making an 11-game hit streak for him. And that will be man on first with 2 away for the Angels. Venga, let's go.
I think he knows exactly that it's at 11. It starts off innocent. You just want to get a few knocks to get the hitting coach off your back. Next thing you know, you wake up, you've been sleeping easy for...
it's taken all my self-discipline to not look up or not start playing some music here in the background. I'm not doing that, number one, because it'd be bad for my my mic quality, my voice quality, audio quality, and number two, because it's entirely likely that I'd get it's entirely likely that I'd get content ID'd if it got picked up in the background, and then, well, then, you know, UMG or Viacom or, you know, Sony or whoever would have my sweetmeats for breakfast. Or at the very least, have my ad revenue.
Count remains full.
It's not much, you know, for the people who actually are in the game of doing YouTube and are familiar with how much ad revenue one gets from a go shoot. How much ad revenue one gets from ad, you know, how much money one gets from ad revenue on a given video. You know that the ad money is never that much for any particular video, but at the same time, a whole bunch of videos with a little bit of money does add up over time. And it always seems a little bit hard for me to give up on even one video. In any case, Verlander strikes out a dude. Salomon makes it over to third, and that'll be still 2-3 with the Astros on top.
3-2.
Now here comes the veteran, Tony Kemp. And Salomon is probably going to have to make a throw home, assuming this one's in play.
This is skied out toward right.
And we're going to do our best to do it.
Catch is made here in right, and here comes the runner from third.
Nice janitor throw, but you just don't have the arm strength from out here in right. You're not, I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. Salomon Barrios is not by trade he's not by trade a right fielder. He's a shortstop. You need kind of a strong arm to play short, but you need kind of a stronger arm to play outfield, and he just doesn't have that, and I haven't been working on that. So Verlander up and in, a little bit of, I mean, it wasn't that far up and in, but Salomon making a drama queen of himself.
The old school guys would call that a little bit of chin music. And see if he can.
Inside fastball, now 3-0 from Verlander. Dude's a very good pitcher still, but, you know, if he's going to give us a walk, I wouldn't mind taking a walk. And that's what it's going to be. 4-pitch walk from Justin Verlander to put Salomon on first and the runner on second, with 2 out in the top of the 7th. And that'll just going to be his day, in fact.
The inning continues with a man in scoring position.
Here comes the Astros skipper up out of the Houston dugout, and he's going to motion for the bullpen. That'll end the evening for Justin Verlander. So he'll leave with the lead. Can't lose this one, but he is responsible for the 2 runners out there, so he could get a no decision if they were to come around and score.
It would be awesome if there were some facility for MLB The Show to outsource your stats to some kind of cloud-based service where you could, you know, where it could be done something like a StatCast type thing, where it would actually put the play data of each pitch and each ball hit into play into some kind of cloud service so that you could look at your performance and have it evaluated in the same way that StatCast does for real-life players. That would be the kind of time and investment that I'm sure that San Diego Studios would much rather put into new Diamond Dynasty cards and other modes of the game which I never play. But, you know, it's nice to dream.
Whichever one he feels most comfortable with.
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss, and David Fletcher goes down, and that will end the inning. So Salomon gets himself one more shot here, top of the 9th with 2 out. Is this Roberto Osuna, that son of a gun? Hope I take this one right up the middle and clock him in his head.
From the stretch.
I'm not a violent person by nature. And I would wish well on most people, and I would like to avoid injuries happening in a baseball game if at all possible. But you know, I don't like Roberto Osuna. I don't like Addison Russell. you know, just, it is what it is. They made the choices that they made, and they are the people that they are, and that they continue to play professional baseball is kind of a blight on the sport, but that's the game. And that, in fact, was the game. So Salomon gets himself a base hit and a walk, but nothing else out of the game.
Afternoon baseball now from the Juice Box, Minute Maid Park in Houston. Today, we've got a matchup of playoff hopefuls in the same division between the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and the Houston Astros. As October draws nearer, the race for the postseason intensifies. A pivotal game for two division rivals. Next, Garrett Cole, the California-born right-hander, is on the mound. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, what this guy's been able to do is not easy. Averages over a strikeout per 9 innings. His K per 9 innings rate right now is 10 for every 9 innings pitched. Definitely one of the elite pitchers with elite swing and miss.
Okay. Garrett Cole, new year, new game, new set of at-bats. Let's see what we can do. Two-seamer down and away at 97. Ooh, my goodness. And I was early on it, too. How does that happen?
They've come in losers of 7 of their last 10 games, but did earn the victory last time out.
Hey, thanks, Matty. Hey, you know what, D-Roll? Try to get on a kind of a little mini winning streak here. Losing the first game of this series, winning game 2, and hopefully winning this series by pulling one out here today.
Yeah, Dan, they were able to
Oh, that was a good knuckle curve to hit, but Salomon just a touch early on it. 100 miles an hour off the bat. That one could have gone.
Here's the 1-2.
That one, in turn, just goes into the dirt. So, what do you got, Mr. Cole? In Jason's world, he was rivaling him for the Cy Young Award. I say rivaling, but it was really not much of a horse race. At the very least, he was neck and neck with Jason on wins until the very end of the season, so... Fly ball, right field, Salomon's got it. First out of the bottom of the 3rd. So, Houston still top of the table, but we're only 3.5 games behind them, so maybe this league is not as much of a forlorn hope as I had thought. Or maybe the division, rather. Grounder straight over to first, and that will be the end of the inning.
Nothing across here this half of the inning.
See, this is the kind of thing that I was really looking for from switching up the sliders and going back to All-Star. I don't mind so much, I don't mind so much having a low batting average and not getting many hits in a game. I just mind having to be really selective about my pitches and such, about what I swing on. If I had a better attention span, if I had better reaction times, or, even just more patience and, more sleep going into these games, I might have better luck on Hall of Fame. But at the moment, I'm just, kind of a let's just say that my reflexes as a gamer are not what they used to be. And in fact, never really were. Line shot to right field. And out of here. Adios, pelota. Salomon Barrios goes yard to the bullpen. Number 17 on the year, 406 feet, and gone. Big fly for Salomon Luis Aparicio Barrios Garcia off of Garrett Cole here in Houston. Venga, let's go.
I can tell you one thing. You might get away with throwing a ball in that location in the minor leagues, but when you get one up like that in the zone right over the plate against these guys, you're going to get exactly what he got, a really bad result.
Stepping in as Josh Reddick comes into this at-bat 0 for 1.
So we are now 5-0 here, bottom of the 7th. See what else we can do here.
And the 0-1.
Salomon's got an easy fly ball to right field, and that'll be the end of the 7th.
One left for Houston. Need to get it going soon. It's 5-0. In now, Salomon Barrios.
Going back to that last AB, that was the express. That was an upper 90.
All right, another at-bat here.
So I think with this guy, you might want to try to incorporate some more off-speed pitches.
Get one top of the zone. Not really doing much with that one. Who is this? I don't even know his name. 29,117. Chris Davinsky on the Astros, pitching in relief in the top of the 8th.
Right here. Let's go, kid. Now the 0-1. Outside for
nice little four-seamer, and that one had some arm side movement on that.
It appears both a lefty and a right-hander are up to throw.
Yeah, I was reading, might have to do like a book review segment on one of these things. Maybe not a full-fledged segment, but like just digress into books for at some point. I was reading K, which is a book about the various types of pitches in the game of baseball and the various pitchers who have made them their own. Ooh, that looked a lot better than it actually turned out being.
So far by the 8-hole hitter. If he finds a way to get on base,
Tyler Kepner is the author of K, A History of Baseball in 10 Pitches. And, you know, he made a comment in there about the fastball that was talking about how velocity isn't everything and that a lot of hitters would much rather like to face 98 or 99 but straight as an arrow as opposed to low 90s with filth or movement on it. So the fact that that pitch moved arm side when he threw it, you know, threw it to the, he's a right-handed pitcher, so it moved left to right relative to him and right to left relative to Salomon, meant it would have been harder to hit than one that just kind of came in on a normal ballistic trajectory. So had a good fastball on him, but unfortunately he just did not have the control there, and Salomon took a little walk. And in fact, they are really trying hard to pick Salomon off, maybe because they're convinced that Salomon is, you know, dumb enough to continue to get picked off on a consistent basis, which, you know, he is.
The 2-1 pitch.
But on the other hand, that's such a good motion, my goodness.
Good job of making him chase that pitch down below the strike zone. That's where you want to pitch when you're looking for the double play ball.
The 2-2.
We're going to try it. But this one, in fact, is just gonna go.
And I would say he got just about all.
And David Fletcher, number 9-hole hitter for the Angels, knocks himself a 412-foot dong to left field and out of here.
As this lead swells to 7-0.
Not bad, as they say.
That is why you can't walk the leadoff hitter. A solo shot becomes a 2-run homer, and the damage just kind of snowballs. Tough one to swallow.
That one was off the top of the wall. Goodness gracious me. Rex Brothers now on the mound for the Astros to finish off the 9th. Lefty on lefty. Get that slider on the outside corner for a ball. See if we can't maybe... I mean, I would happily take a walk, too. You know, get that OBP back up. Salomon still hitting 294. That's good. That's a really good number, especially for a rookie. You look at some of the other rookies in MLB The Show, and they're hitting like 240, 250, couple RBIs. But 4-pitch walk, Salomon takes a walk over to first the base, and that is going to be probably, I mean, more than likely, unless the Astros can rally for 9 runs in the bottom of the 9th, that is going to be his last plate appearance of this game.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner. Definitely had the distance, but it winds up a foul
That could have been good, but in fact, it's just a foul ball.
Another full count pitch home.
And that is just a walk. I probably should have run on that, but what you gonna do? And that'll bring up Jonathan VR leading off the order. And 2-1 count. Twitches it 1 down. That's a 3-1 count. So consecutive walks here with 2 out in the 9th. We'll see what Rex Brothers has up his sleeve on a 3-1 pitch. And that's just going to be another walk. So Tommy La Stella now. 1 for 4 on the day with the bases loaded. He can make himself look real good right here. 2-1 count. I'm sure he's got strikes in him somewhere, but they're nowhere to be found right now. 3-1 count, bases loaded with Mike Trout on deck. I have words. I know what the words are. And he walks in a run. Salomon gets himself walked in on the 4th consecutive walk of this inning. So Josh Reddick, last chance for the Astros here in the bottom of the 9th. 2 out.
0-1 count and the pitch.
And it's just going to be a lazy fly ball out to Salomon, and that is going to do it for us. So we pull a couple games back on the Astros here in Houston and make this division a whole lot more interesting. I mean, Salomon doesn't get his 6 hits, but I didn't think he was going to get them anyway.
A player is called to question by his manager on his recent base running performance. The player's been caught stealing.
We had this conversation already.
Essentially, a red light is being issued here.
So I believe that is going to do it for me today. Salomon got himself another pretty good set of appearances here against the Houston Astros. He only went about 3 for 10. You know, batting 300, but he did get himself another dinger and a couple walks, so that's a good day for anybody. So until next time, I'm Tyrant Saber, and I will see you at the ballpark.